Hi there, my name is Joe Tripp. It's February 28th, 2016, and I'm a student who talks. I'm a second semester PhD student at Michigan Technological University, and I spent most of my first semester in total panic. Felt stupid almost every day, and had a lot of doubts about whether or not I belonged here, and whether or not I was being successful, and I had no idea what I should be doing, and that was really hard. I did really well in my undergrad, and I thought that when I came to grad school, it would click. I would be really successful, hunky dory, peace and love, and it just didn't go that way. And I had a lot of fear and a lot of doubt, and my self esteem went down the tubes really fast. And then I had just moved halfway across the country and thought about dropping out and moving home. And I felt totally isolated. And I went to school counseling. I went to the counseling center and met with a man there. And he was able to get me to calm down a little bit. I learned a bunch of coping strategies for anxiety attacks, breathing exercises. I was journaling. And I was just hanging on by the hair on my chinny chin chin. And I'm still here after 3 pretty tough months. I feel a lot better about my situation, and I've settled into a work pattern that I like. I feel like I'm being productive. I feel like I'm learning things. And I just wanted to make this fairly brief testimonial to provide some evidence for all those times that mentors and parents and friends, when you call people and you say things are really bad right now, I feel like everybody says it's gonna be okay. In the long run, it's gonna be okay. And I got pretty annoyed by that thought. But I think that for the most part, it is going to be okay. But the real focus, I think, should be on the present. Analyze the situation. Are things really as bad as I think they are right now? And I think that you'll find most of the time things in the present are okay or pretty good. And that's enough that's enough to calm me down now. It's not a guarantee that things will be okay in the future, but the fact that things are okay right now in the present means that, okay, I can go to work. I can focus for the next hour or 2 hours. And then 2 hours later, you can focus on the next 2 hours. So slowing things down to the present moment and doing what you can in that moment, I think, helps to cope with anxiety. But the greatest help to me was that, I was going to counseling, and this counselor was always saying, I've had a bunch of students come in here, and they had a similar experience to you. And it was comforting to hear that, but I sort of didn't believe him because I didn't hear the student's story. I heard it through a second source. So I wanted, again, to make a video to put on the web for people to watch, to say, okay, I'm not the only person that has had any of these thoughts. And it's kind of funny. I reached out to a bunch of friends that are my age. I'm 24, and I graduated with some brilliant people from the University of Denver a couple of years ago, and for the most part, they're being very successful, and a lot of my classmates are having the same feelings that I did, whether they're studying in a foreign country in grad school, or they're starting professional careers with engineering firms, small ones, big ones, or they made a total change and they're working in nonprofit instead of chemistry, or they made a decision to go and live in a foreign country and work for a year. And a lot of people my age are having the same difficulty. They set out to do something that they believed in at the time. They thought it would be good for them, And now something just isn't quite right. And there's a sense of panic, this sense of like, oh shit, I made a really terrible mistake. I need to just go home, or I need to go back to wherever I came from. And I know that that's true now because I've had conversations with 4 unique friends that are all really smart. They're all really successful, and they've all had moments that are like, "Holy cats! What have I done? Do I belong here? I don't belong here. I should quit." And we, all of us, are surviving. So, again, my name's Joe Tripp, and I'm a student who talks.